Yeah, step up, talk, attempt to de-escalate. That's reasonable, I think. In this case, I'm going to ask you a non-hypothetical then. What would you do if you saw a grown man who responded to a lady who had her phone out and was blowing a whistle? If you saw him shove a cop. I'm not going to show you what Alex did yet. I just want to ask you sincerely. I said shove a cop. That doesn't make sense. If you saw an ICE agent shove a lady who was blowing a whistle, genuinely want to know what you would do. And I'm not trying to badger you. I'm just curious. You can't do anything. They're going to come at you with that stupid tough cop stuff. Maybe. I wouldn't jump in the middle, that's for sure. Interesting. So you would allow that lady to get assaulted. Watch and record, that's a reasonable response, sure. Mind your own business. You just put your head down, let that lady get pushed down. Would you let her get beaten, kicked? If you were watching a cowboy movie and the marshal in a town started shoving around one of the barmaids, what would you want the hero of the movie to do? You got to answer that for yourself. You really do. But I'll show you what Alex did. And again, even if you think it was illegal, it was, in my opinion, and I think any reasonable person's opinion, I think in your opinion shortly, it was nonviolent. It's not worthy of getting shot.
Snowbank, he goes to help. That's when the agent begins.
He helps her up. Who said they would help her up? Who said they would help her up? Clay said they would help her up. Clay, your instinct there to help the lady up out of the snow that she just got pushed into, unprovoked, by the way. Your instinct is the same as Alex Preddy's. Now let's see what would happen to you. I'm sorry to do this, but this is exactly what happened, and this is exactly what followed.
Spraying Preddy in the face.
They maced him. They maced her.
When Preddy goes to help the woman again, several agents grab him and
they swarmed them both.
Throw him down.
Honestly.
From this angle, you can see Preddy being held down. You can see an agent in a gray jacket approach with empty hands, while other agents appear to be hitting Preddy.
Do you notice they're beating him? So far, what Alex Preddy did was record on his phone, direct traffic away from the kerfuffle, or through, I suppose. And when a woman was assaulted by ICE, he helped her up. I mean, it's assault when you escalate to violence where none was needed. That is what we're talking about here. He helped her up. In exchange for that, the woman got maced. He got maced. They started beating him. And now you will see his death.
Police brutality! They are hitting that observer!
The man in gray appears to pull something from Preddy's.
I do want to point out that they are they're beating him while they're holding him down. That's the character of the folks you're talking about here.
Waist. Then, the first shot. You can hear at least 10 shots after that.
What did you just do?
The agents back away, but return.
Clay, you're a good man. If you were there at the time, you would not be here now. Oh, hey, I have my first, I got my first person I'd actually like to ban. Look at that. Although I don't know how I can pass up this offer. I can get viewers at streamboo.com. You see my point? They escalated. They behaved unprofessionally. And you don't have to be against all of ICE to acknowledge that they did, in fact, behave poorly. And they killed somebody because of the way they behaved. But you don't even have to believe me there. I'm not even truly asking you to share that opinion. I'm just asking you to acknowledge that you saw Alex Preddy approach without a gun and at no point draw a gun before he was killed. Do we acknowledge that? Here's Christy Nome. Here's what she told you about this person. This is arguably
An individual approach.
What you came into this stream thinking happened.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun.
Chat, I'm going to ask you honestly. You just saw the video. Did they approach U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun? I'm genuinely asking you, folks. Agreed. They approached with a cell phone. We've never seen the unedited video. You just saw. He did have a gun, correct. He was a gun owner. He was a gun owner. Was he brandishing the gun? Did he threaten anybody with the gun? Do you want it to be an executable offense to own and carry, lawfully, I'll add, a firearm? If you allow them to lie to you like this, if you allow Christy Nome to get away with saying, well, look, he's a gun owner, so he approached them with a handgun, they will take away your right to own a firearm. You'll be taking away your right to own a firearm. Seeing people say yes. In what way? You just now with your own eyes. I know you saw that he had a cell phone out. He didn't have a gun out, and it's not illegal to possess a gun. Correct, Jay Dizzle. She didn't say he had the gun drawn. You're right. For this moment, right here, this is why she didn't say that. What would you have assumed if you hadn't seen the video? Would you assume that he had it out or not? Would you assume that he flashed it? Would you assume that to the ICE agents, the gun was relevant before they started punching him? How about before they started assaulting the woman next to him? Again, they put his hands on him for the crime of helping a lady up out of the snow. These are the lies she is telling to you. They said approached officers with a handgun, letting you fill in the blanks with whatever propaganda tells you to fill it in with. Hoping that you will let this pass. Hoping that you will have no standards, none whatsoever, for ICE. That's a lie that she's telling. Bear in mind, I tore into Mallory McMurrow, somebody from my state who is a progressive, or at least claims to be a progressive. I tore into her because instead of health care for all, she switched to health care access for all. And if that seems like splitting hairs, I'm telling you it's not. because it's a lie. Because she wants us to think she means healthcare for all, when actually what she means is no change to your current healthcare system. This is Kristi Noem doing the same thing. He approached them with a gun. You mean he was a gun owner with a concealed carry permit? Yes, he was. That's not why they murdered him.
The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently.
When in his killing just then did you see him react violently? Because I'll tell you what I saw. I saw a woman get shoved down unprompted by ICE. Again, recording people and blowing a whistle does not make it okay to assault somebody. I saw Alex Preddy help her up like a gentleman should. Then they swarmed them both, sprayed mace in their face, and started beating them. You just saw the cell phone footage, Nadia. You just saw the cell phone footage. There's no scenario. Even if while he was down, he went for his gun, which I didn't see happen. I've watched that part of the video too many times for my soul to bear another one, but I didn't see him going for a gun, certainly. But even if he had, they threw him down and started beating him. They were holding him down and punching him. How would you behave? I'll tell you, you don't know. They escalated, knowingly. It makes me very sad. Very sad to see you guys behaving like this. I'll put the shame on screen. Here's what I think deep down. I think you know you're being irrational. I think you know you are participating in lies when you say these things. And I think you justify it within your own head by telling yourself that's what the other side must be doing. I'll tell you, that's not my impression, certainly of progressives.